Hello, cats and kittens. Mama Cat Gamer here. Good to have you back. We're going to continue Gavtia's adventure through Eorzea in A Realm Reborn in Final Fantasy XIV. And we are currently at level 31. And we are currently doing what looks like a level 20 quest, I think. Yes. Level 20. Oh, we need to speak with Berkoa Ludolfsson at the Wolf's Den. Where do we go for that? Oh, we have to go to Wolf's Den Pier via Morby Dry Docks, which we haven't even attuned to yet. Let's see how to get to Morby Dry Docks from there. My goodness. Oh, I think we could just leave from the Aetheryte. Get to Aft Castle. Got some junk in my inventory, but I'll deal with that later. There we go. But we can drive now. Yeah. It's so nice to be able to drive. I'm probably going to need the Morby Dry Docks at some point anyway. And here we are. I know the music's a little cheesy, but, you know, it is what it is. Looks like I might have to go down to here to get there. Not sure. We'll find out. I think the Wolf's Den is a PvP location. Oh, I see a ferry there. It might take us there. Skiff is bound for the Wolf's Den. Might you care to join us? Yes. Somebody gave me a glowing flower and I didn't even see it. Well, person who gave me a glowing flower, thank you very much. I don't know if you'll ever see this, but thank you very much. You got some quests here, rival wings. They do have some nice items here in terms of glamour and weapons and things like that. So it might be worth your time to do some PvP. PvP in this game is like way more low-key than in some other games. It's not... I mean, people get aggressive in any PvP, but it seems to be a little nicer. This game is not built on PvP. So if you're expecting a phenomenal PvP experience, you're going to find it better in other games. Okay, let's put it that way. But if you want something casual and you just want a quick match or something like that and you don't feel up to doing anything complex and you enjoy PvP, go for it, because the matches themselves aren't hard to do. I've done a couple of them. They're not complex by any means, but, you know, it can be fun if you're into that kind of thing. I don't recall seeing your ugly mug around here before. You say that Riki sent you? She said she was sending a new wolf to the den. More like the run of the litter, if you ask me. You barely have fangs for the honing, but I guess I'm feeling goddamn generous. So I'll throw you a bone. Start yourself off with Crystalline Conflict. Them training bouts are made special for feckless adventuring types who can't tell sound strategy from a horse's arse. I still reckon it won't be sundown before you run home with your tail between your legs crying for your mum. But we can have a word with Lieutenant Gunji Zalunji if you insist on giving it a go. You'll find him outside, assuming you can work up the nerve. And stand up straight, maggot. This ain't no place for the weakest spine. Dismissed. Ooh, I got like 1,400 storm seals out of that, which is nice because I wanted to increase my storm rank. All right, you can see we got 2 new entrances. Crystalline Conflict, we've unlocked it. Grand Companies of Eorzea established this new tactical exercise to strengthen their individual members' strategic capacity. Outmaneuver other adventurers just like you in a match of wits to claim victory. Speak with Gunji Zalunji at the Wolf's Den to learn more. That's probably this guy out here. Yeah. All right. What else do we got to do? Speak with Franchemontio. Broadening our horizons. That's back at New Gridania. All right, there's like nothing closer there. But I did want to unlock some of these crafters, right? So we can increase our storm seals. All right. And I wanted you to be able to see these little dialogues too. Greetings, adventurer, and welcome to the Carpenters Guild. We are the artisans who take wood and grant it new form and purpose as the archer's bow, the lance's spear, and the novice's shield. Novices? Yeah. If carpentry holds any appeal, you should consider joining our guild. Might you be interested in learning the ways of woodworking? Yes. What if I say no? No, so be it. Know that our door remains open, however. Should you find that you have a mind to join after all, I'll be happy to furnish you with the necessary info. All right. Yes. Wonderful, wonderful. Now before we proceed, I think I'm only right that I acquaint you with our guild's storied past. Oh my god, now we're going to get another story. Since the founding of Gridania, we have built our homes and crafted our weapons from the trees of the Twelves Wood. As our nation grew and prospered, the woodworkers' repertoire expanded to encompass a greater variety of articles, and carpentry developed into an art. At first, there was no association of carpenters. Each individual worked and sold his services independently. However, the advent of watermills meant that more efficient construction methods were needed, along with formalized maintenance regimes, all of which necessitated organization. The Carpenters Guild was founded to oversee the operation of watermills and promote cooperation between woodworkers. Now, I must mention at this point that we owe much and more of our prosperity to the Great Loam Growery. Thanks to the hardworking botanists, we are blessed with the finest lumber in all Eorzea. This confluence of ideal circumstances allows us to provide all manner of goods and services to the people of Gridania. My apologies, that was rather longer than I intended. Still, I trust you have gained a greater understanding of our guild. We expect our members to drink deep of the collected wisdom that the guild has amassed over the course of its history, to actively seek an understanding of wood and techniques required to work it, rather than simply waiting to be taught. We expect, in short, nothing less than total commitment to the craft. If you wish to start down this path, speak to me once more. I shall explain to you the enrollment process. Okay. Would you like to learn more about the enrollment process? Of course. Korg wishes you to reaffirm your desire to join the guild. Wonderful. I should mention at this point that Timbermaster Beatin, I'm going to say Beatin, assesses all would-be apprentices personally, so you will need to obtain his approval before you begin. Timbermaster Beatin can be a harsh and unforgiving man, but if you love the craft and have the will to learn, you could ask for no better tutor. He is, quite simply, the finest carpenter in Gridania. Of course, it will take you some time and no small amount of effort to comprehend the full extent of his teachings, but you may rest assured that he will not lead you astray. That said, when you meet him, I would advise you to choose your words carefully and, resist the urge to run away. Yeah. Is he really that bad? I wonder what this guy says. There's no such thing as an all-purpose wood. An archer's bow is quite unlike a scholar's bookshelf. Different parts of the same tree can have different uses as well. Mind you, these are but the fundamentals of carpentry. Okay. Let's see what Beatin has to say. Another green adventurer come to play with saws? Well, then I suggest you first speak with the... Oh, you've met with Korik, have you? That as well, but know that the decision to initiate you into the guild rests with me. Tell me, true adventurer, have you a mind to devote yourself to the art of carpentry? What if I say no? It's gonna be... Is that so? Then be gone from my sight. Do not return unless you find the conviction you so sorely lack. All right. Yes. The look on your face bespeaks determination or mayhap trapped wind. I was feeling a little gassy, so I thought I'd come and pick up carpentry. Still, you look strong enough to hold a saw, and if your resolve is indeed genuine, I give you leave to remain, for the time being. However, you are useless to me in your current state. You are as a seedling, some potential perhaps, but no more like to thrive than perish. Experience is what you require, boy, and I shall give you the means to acquire it. Take this saw. It is old, yes, but sharp as needs be. Now, prove to me that you're not completely incompetent by taking up your new tool. Once you have done so, present yourself to me for inspection. To reassign our gear. Timbermaster Beatin is testing fledgling carpenters by challenging them to craft maple lumber. Good, you've proven yourself that you know how to grip a saw, but do not mistake it as mere tool, for it is a part of you, of your arm. And can you put down part of your arm? No. Mark me then, if you do put it down, and worse, lose the bloody thing, I shall use mine own saw to demonstrate to you the pain of losing a limb. Oh my goodness. He's feeling a little violent here today. Ah, but I jest. Sure. One-armed carpenters are scarcely half as useful in my experience. In any case, merely holding a saw does not make you a carpenter, whatever you might think. You must become one with it and learn to feel with it as you work the wood. To wit, you must just know the wood. Demonstrate your knowledge by bringing me a length of maple lumber. Maple lumber is made from maple logs, just so. Our man, Fariel, by the entrance, will furnish you with such logs for a nominal price. Of course, any fool knows that fresh-cut logs are laden with water. To guard against decay, we use wind shards to hasten the natural drying process. Do not forget to do the same. All right, to synthesize the length of maple lumber for Timbermaster Beatin, select logs from the main menu, followed by crafting log. All right. Did I reassign gear? I don't know if I did, but I'm going to. I am going to pick up the Bard and Lancer quests. Job quests, because at level 30 you get your job stone. And that converts Lancer to Dragoon, converts Archer to Bard. It gives you additional skills, so it's super important as soon as you get to level 30, or as soon as you can after reaching level 30, to go to your trainers to get the quest to do your job stones, because you don't want to be, you know, hamstringing yourself by running around like super underleveled. Franche-Monteux. Only those who possess the gate pass may travel through the White Wolf Gate. It is for your own good. The fearsome beasts that lurk beyond would tear an unprepared adventurer limb from limb. You have papers. Let us see now. Yes, everything appears to be in order. Go in safety, Gav. In the future, should you wish to pass, you need only say the word. I don't know which one of these. I'm going to get the Alligant silver pieces because I already have. Oh, we have a quest here. I just saw the orange thing here. Sight to behold. I knew we had to do the sightseeing log thing. You have looked upon one of Eorzea's stirring vistas as identified by the explorer Millith Ironheart. Return to Apkalu Falls and report your sighting. But it's kind of a cool place. I do want to pick up botany. It's one of the gathering skills. So I'm going to go to the botanist guild. Ethernet shard. I guess in here? Oh, yep. There we go. Guild receptionist. Hello there and welcome to the botanist guild. What brings you here today? Interested in becoming a botanist, are you? Then you've come to the right place. At our guild, where you can study under some of the finest botanists in all the realm. An enticing proposition, is it not? So, what say you? Would you like to add your name to our roll? What if I say no? Oh, well, that's a shame. I'm sure you'll find botany a singularly rewarding pursuit. I know I do. If you ever have a change of heart, feel free to return here. The guild is ever looking to welcome new members into its ranks. They certainly don't have nearly as many salty things to say. Hey, buddy. Come on. You're a great good boy, huh? Alright, apologies for the game crash there. Which is why we got a video cut right here. We're at the Botanist Guild. Leon Soul says, hello there and welcome to the Botanist Guild. What brings you here today? Interested in becoming a botanist, are you? Then you've come to the right place. At our guild, you can study under some of the finest botanists in all the realm. An enticing proposition, is it not? So what say you? Would you like to add your name to our roll? Yes. Excellent. Now you're doubtless eager to dive headlong into the nearest shrubbery. I should see shrubbery, and I think of Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Our guild boasts a long history. Its roots can be traced back some 500 years to when our nation was still in its infancy. It was around that time that a precursor organization to our own was established to facilitate communion with the elementals. But I suspect you're already confused, not being forest-born. Let me put it in a way that your kind would understand. Oh my gosh, these Ellison. Leon Soul says, the Twelve's Wood doesn't belong to man, but almighty beings known as elementals. It is by their leave that we Gridanians dwell here in the forest, and it is by their leave that we receive of its bounty. Ever since mankind settled in the Twelve's Wood, it has been necessary for us to obtain the elementals' permission prior to taking aught from their domain. Historically, this was a rather involved process in that only a precious few could actually commune with them. specifically those conjurers blessed with the ability to hear the elementals, aptly known as hearers. In order to relay the elemental's will to the botanist in a more timely manner, a new organization was formed with a hearer as its mouth and ears. This organization would eventually evolve to become the Botanist Guild. To this day, the guild employs the services of a hearer who offers guidance to our members. Yet this is no longer our organization's sole concern. We also seek to promulgate correct harvesting practices, that is, practices which honor the will of the elementals. And that, my friend, is the story of how our guild came to be. I trust you have a newfound appreciation for the work we do. Now, with all this talk of elementals and communing, mayhap you're wondering whether you're fit to join us. Well, you may cast such doubts aside. You don't need to have been raised as a good little forest-born boy to be a botanist, nor do you need to know the secret forest-born salute. You just need a healthy respect for nature and the will to learn. If you honestly believe you possess such things, it would be my pleasure to recommend you to our guildmaster. Please wait a moment while I see to the formalities. Speak to me again when you are ready to begin the enrollment procedures. All right. Let's talk to him again. Ready to enroll in the Botanist Guilds, I take it? Yes. Leonceau wishes you to reaffirm your desire to join the Botanist Guild. Music to my ears. It would be my pleasure to refer you to Guildmaster Fufuka. Fufucha? Fufuka? I'm going to say Fufuka. Maybe. I hope that doesn't come back to haunt me. Leonceau says, our Guildmaster's knowledge of nature is second to none. One need only witness her uncanny knack for spotting the finest timber to see that hers is a truly God's-given talent. It is this reason that she holds the title of First Botanist. Oh, but you need not be overawed, for she is the kindliest of souls. You will find the Guildmaster just outside this building. Seek her out and impress upon her your desire to become a botanist. All right, here's Fufucha. I like Fufuka better. I'm Fufuka, the master of this guild. Pleased to make your acquaintance. I take it Leonceau has given you an overview of botany already? Well then, I suppose I had better continue where he left off. All Gridanians may rightly claim to share a close relationship with nature, but none is so intimate as that of the botanist. It is our calling to nurture the natural environment to the mutual benefit of man and wood. But even as nature holds us in her loving embrace, providing for our every need, she is at heart an unsentimental creature, one that will take life just as readily as she gives it. Being a botanist means coming face to face with this uncomfortable truth on a regular basis. Knowing this, do you still wish to walk our path? Yeah. The look in your eye bespeaks the passion in your heart. Very well, I bid you welcome to the Botanist Guild. To help you on your way, I present you with this hatchet. Take it up and then present yourself to me once again. I would assign you your first task as a botanist of the guild. All right. New gathering log obtained. Okay. Equip. And reassign my gear. Gatherer role actions. Gatherer role actions are abilities shared by botanists, miners, and fishers rather than a specific class. They are learned via leveling or upon completing certain quests, but only need to be learned once to be able to use them with all gathering classes. Once learned, these role actions can be used to reveal and track gathering locations in any given area, even for classes other than your currently selected one. Gatherer role actions can be found in the Actions and Traits window, found under Character in the main menu. Okay. Fufuka wishes to assign you your first task as a botanist. I see you have your hatchet on you. Very good. A botanist's hatchet is his livelihood. Never forget this. If you fail to keep its blade clean and keen, your efforts will yield you naught but sweat and splinters. But let us see about your first task. Ah, yes, to help you grasp the basics of botany, I would like you to gather 10 pots worth of latex. The forest yields to us many and more resources. It is the botanist's job to know what can be found and where. If it is latex you require, you would do well to search just outside the Blue Badger Gate or the Yellow Serpent Gate. Seek out the mature trees that stand in those areas and then put your hatchet to use. I wish you well. Botanists can use hatchets and other cutting tools to log the forests of Eorzea and gather materials used in crafting. Trees that are primed for logging are known as, quote, mature trees. To locate mature trees, make your way out of the city and then use the botanist action known as triangulate. I don't know, do I even have triangulate on here? I do. Reassign gear. If I didn't do that already. Alright, I just need to unlock leatherworker now. While I'm here. I wanted to have these unlocked so that I can do some crafting during downtime when I'm not broadcasting, right? I do some the piddly little stuff so that you don't have to waste time on it. Some people may argue that this is wasting time, but yeah, some people really enjoy gathering crafting. Some people find it very soothing. I enjoy making certain things. A lot of the endgame gear, of course, is not going to be crafted. It'll be good for starting endgame gear, that's for sure. And some crafters will gear up immediately once the new expansion launches so that they can get their crafters and gatherers up as high as they possibly can to make the endgame stuff. But it actually is can be fairly useful in this game. Greetings and welcome to the Leatherworkers Guild. Here we produce the finest leather goods, taking care to honor the lives which were sacrificed for their creation. Our leather armor is worn by the archers and lancers of this great nation, and favored by all who prefer that their protection does not come at a cost to mobility. If you wish to place an order, I bid you visit Fenyiel Fineries. If, on the other hand, you have a mind to join our guild, I should be happy to assist you. Might you be interested in becoming a leatherworker? Yeah. Nothing would make me happier than to welcome a new initiate into our ranks. However, it is essential that you first understand the burden that every leatherworker must bear. As you cannot have failed to notice, the Twelveswood is blessed with an abundance of life, and we Gridanians have long hunted the forest creatures for both nourishment and clothing. But Gridania is unlike any other place. The elementals that watch over the Twelveswood have never looked kindly on the taking of life, and those who flout their governance do so at their own peril. The elementals decreed that life not be taken without due necessity, and so the Trappers League was formed to regulate the hunting of animals. The Leatherworkers Guild was subsequently founded to manage the fair and equitable distribution of pelts. Nowadays, adventurers are a major supplier of pelts, and leather goods have become widespread, but in times past they were rare and precious. The Leatherworkers Guild has not forgotten those times. We treat leather with no less respect than the living creatures whence it came, and craft goods of the highest quality. In so doing, we honor the lives lost and minimize the need for further killing, an oft-forgotten benefit of our products' surpassing durability. Our guild is also the sole producer of the famous Fenyiel brand of leather goods, the pride of Gridania. These products represent the ultimate expression of our core tenets and the transcendent technique which shaped them. Know, though, that being a guild member does not automatically make you a Fenyiel artisan. You must earn the right to become one. For most of the leatherworkers here, having the fruit of their labors bear the Fenyiel brand is yet a distant dream. That is the life which awaits you, should you choose to walk our path. Success will not be handed to you, but I guarantee that you will have the opportunity to seize it. So, if you wish to make a name for yourself and craft goods, which are the envy of all, you have come to the right place. Speak to me once more if you wish to learn more about the enrollment process. All right. So, of course, one of the other big benefits of having all of your crafters at max level is that you'll be able to repair your own You'll be able to repair your own gear by using grade 8 materials. As at the time that we're filming this, you can use lower grade materials. What is the dark matter? I'm sorry. You can use lower level dark matter to repair lower level items, of course. But being able to repair your own gear will save you a ton. Have you decided to join the Leatherworkers Guild? Yes. All right. Well, very well. I invite you to speak with Guildmaster Gava. She's a brilliant artisan, personally responsible for the creation of countless Fen-Eel products. You have doubtless heard her name before. The Guildmaster's patterns are uniformly elegant, and with them, even novice craftsmen can cut their materials with minimal waste. It is for her to decide if you are fit to join us. She can be found in the work area within. Present yourself to her and do not waver in your determination. All right. Gabriel. So, you wish to become a leatherworker? If you've spoken with Randall, then you've been told what it means to work with leather. The weight you must carry, the responsibility you must bear. Not just to the elementals, mind you, but also to the guild. Our craftsmanship is unrivaled, and each member is expected to live up to that reputation. Once you join, there is no turning back. If you dishonor us, I shall flay you myself and make a chocobo saddle from your hide. Will you swear to uphold our traditions and be the best leatherworker you can be? Yeah. Very well, you may learn a craft within these walls, though you seem ill-equipped to do even that. I will give you a head knife to help you on your way, but the rest is up to you. Do not presume that your association with us means your work will bear the Fen-Eel name. Until you prove yourself worthy, you will not be permitted to so much as touch a Fen-Eel product, much less craft one. Now then, if we're to continue with your initiation, you'll need to put that knife in your hand first. Talk to me when you're ready to begin. All right. I was like looking for that thing. Oh, I got an achievement. I wonder what that was for. Storyteller 3. Complete 100 unique quests. Nice, we've completed 100 already. Very nice. Alright, to gauge your potential, Guildmaster Gava wants you to prepare a circle of leather. Well, you've passed the test, gripping your knife by the handle and not the pointy end. Now it's time to see how well you can wield it. Make me a circle of leather. You'll need an animal skin to do so. Newcomers to our craft often imagine that they need to hunt in order to obtain their materials, but if you have the sense the gods gave a chocobosaurus, you'd realize that's hardly the case. Osgith, over by our receptionist, sells most of the items commonly used in our craft. However, she cannot supply you with earthed shards. That's it for my advice. The rest is up to you. Once you've made the circle of leather, bring it here to be inspected. Can't say I have great expectations for your work. Just see to it that you do not waste good skins. Now, away with you. Alright, to synthesize a circle of leather for Guildmaster Gava, select the logs from the main menu, followed by crafting a log. Alright. Actually, we'll go to the Lancer Guild first. Ewain. Guildmaster Ewain would set you a final trial. Ah, Gav, ever a sight for sore eyes. By your return, I take it you were ready for the final trial. Very well, let us... Eddard says, Guildmaster Ewain. Are you wounded? What has happened? We were attacked, sir, by a dusk-white lancer as we trained in the forest. He was impossibly strong. A demon. He kept screaming something about teaching us true courage. Oh, no, not him. Not Fulcus. We were in the northwest corner of the central shroud when it happened. I was able to get away, but the others... You must help the others. Ah. Be strong, man. I'm sorry, Gav. The trial must wait. Pray, make haste to the central shroud and help your comrades. And Gav, should Fulcus force your hand, do what must be done. 12 speed you on your way. Go back to the archery guild. Do I have something to pick up here? Oh, Apkalu Falls. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna turn in our sightseeing log request. I want to make sure I don't go out some weird door or something. Ah, here she is. Welcome back, Gav. I trust you were as moved by the sight as I was. The great stone that adorns the entrance to Stillglade Fane is none other than the Sky Serpent's egg, cast down from the heavens by Nafika the matron so long ago. And those mammoth tree trunks, remnants, no doubt, of a primeval forest. Whence did they come? Why do the two great arbors grow as one? This I do not know, but what I do know is that the realm is replete with such beauty. If only we know where to look. This is what compels me to wander, not the promise of power, glory, or riches, but a burning desire to bear witness to all the wonders around us, as wrought by gods and man alike. Though we have just met, the twinkle in your eye tells me that we share certain aesthetic sensitivities. It would be my pleasure to gift you with a sightseeing log of your own. In its pages, you will find my record of the most stirring sights in the realm, both those I have seen with my own eyes and those I have, thus far at least, only heard of in my travels. No doubt your adventures keep you occupied. But is this not all the more reason to take in the sights as you travel, that both body and mind might enjoy a moment's respite from time to time? And who can say, perhaps you will discover glorious new vistas that have eluded even me. With that, I wish you safe travels, Gav. When you have seen all there is to see, pray return to me. I would like nothing more than to share impressions with a fellow sensitive soul. All right. You now have access to the sightseeing log, a compendium of the most beautiful sights to be seen in Eorzea, as compiled by the explorer Milt Ironheart. To open it, select logs from the main menu, followed by a sightseeing log. From the snippets of information contained within, identify and seek out the locations described. Note that certain sites may only be properly appreciated at a given time of day or under ideal weather conditions. Perform the designated emote while taking in the sights, which is usually /lookout, okay, and the entry for the corresponding vista will be marked off. When your sightseeing log is in hand, go forth and see Eorzea as few have ever seen her before. The sightseeing log is a comprehensive record of breathtaking landscapes and stunning vistas that you have discovered across Eorzea. Vistas are only recorded upon discovering the exact location noted in Millis descriptions. Time of day and weather are also important to uncovering a vista, as are the emotes you perform once you have arrived at one. Millis impressions will often contain hints of these hidden conditions, though you may still need all the wits to discover some of the more obscure entries. Once an entry is completed, a rough sketch and information on the location's history will be added to your log. All right. Sometimes the emotes are different, like /pray. I can't remember which sightseeing log, but I know that was one of them. Let's go back, a little bit. The Lancer Guild, take the Ethernet shard over to the Archery Guild. Pick up that quest. And then we'll come back here to talk to Mitani. Alright, Guild Master Lucian. She's having a heated discussion with Silver. Imagine that. Who could possibly have predicted that Silver would cause trouble? Right, I have all of these pieces. Believe I have this, oh, Ash Cavalry Bow. Nice. Okay, that's an upgrade. Guildmaster Lucian is having a heated discussion with Silver. Perhaps you should intervene. I'd like to see her smack him down a little bit. She is the Guildmaster. Thank the gods you've come, Gav. Perhaps you can talk some sense into this stubborn fool. Calm yourself, Silver. At least let us petition the Order of the Twin Adder for... There is no time, Lucian. Pawa would be long gone before their forces had even assembled. Alone, I can move more swiftly, take these poachers by surprise, and force them to divulge her location. We understand how you feel, Silver, but this is too reckless. At least permit Gav and me to accompany you. You, the adventurer and the savage, you cannot understand. Silver, Lucian says. Leah says, but I do understand. I know what it means to take pride in your home, to want more than anything to protect it, and be consumed by guilt when you cannot. I see what you're going through, Silver, and I understand. The guild taught me to open my eyes and see clearly. I beg you, Silver, open yours. You have friends here ready to fight. You have us. Silver, I have never considered you my friends. Do not follow me. Yeah, I was doing the same thing. Lee, shaking my head. Lee, well, his lying certainly hasn't improved. If he honestly thinks he's doing us a favor by forbidding us from getting involved, he's an even bigger fool than I imagined. Come, Gav, to the South Shroud. Alright, when you look at your quest log, you can see I've got a bunch of crafting ones there, right? But I really want to focus on the one that got away in Proof of Might. So I check these to make sure that they stay at the top of my duty list. Okay. We gotta go back to Mitani. I, the fairy doctor at the base of the hill, will carry you across the lake to the East Shroud. Once you're ashore, head due east and you should find the Hawthorne hut without much trouble. I don't know if we have to take the... I'm going to take the ferry. I happen to be heading across the lake to Sweet Bloom Pier in the East Shroud. Oh yeah, let's go. And then we're just going to quick travel there. Emmeline says, "Indeed, I am Emmeline of the Twinatter. I understand you're here to learn of the Sylphs, yes? For all their whimsy, they are a wary lot, particularly since the Empire has come to the Shroud. Earn their trust, however, and they're as friendly as any folk. They have their quirks, but so do we all, no? Would you know more? You'd be well to speak with the master of this hut, Rolf. He's forgotten more about the Sylphs than I'll ever know." Alright, let's talk to Ralph. Ralph Hawthorne, patriarch of the beekeeping Hawthorne family, is said to be well versed in Sylphic customs. "Come to learn a thing or two about the Sylphs, have you? I'll tell you one thing, they're a peculiar folk." "How peculiar, you ask? Well, let me tell you. They're, beg pardon, friend. My memory is just not what it used to be. I've seen much and more in my adventuring days, and it's all a clutter in my noggin now. Though I've shared my stories with those around the hut before, you might have more luck with them." Doesn't look that old to me. Okay, Isabel Hawthorne. "The Sylphs? Yes, Father's told me his stories plenty of times. What I've always found most captivating is how their concept of etiquette is almost completely alien to our own. You do best not to underestimate them on account of their childlike looks, lest your face end up a mess of glyphs, squiggles, and chocobo scratches." See where else we gotta go. Moan. "The Sylphs? Inveterate tricksters and troublemakers. That's what they are. One day they're drawing marble faces on our masks, the next they're sending our young sentries falling to the bottom of a ravine. Tell them to stop and they just laugh at you. Ralph claims they harbor no ill will, but I dare say such pranks are no laughing matter." And talk to Blazette. "The quickest way to a quiver woman's heart might be through her stomach, but don't even think of trying to foist your foodstuffs on a sylph. They sustain themselves simply by bathing in the sun, or so Ralph once told me." "Oh, of course. Hearing your stories, well, my stories, has brought the memories flooding back to me. I feel like dancing." Yes, nothing brings people quite like... Yes, nothing brings people together quite like a little toe tapping. Okay, a sylph told me long ago that dancing is a time-honored greeting among their kind. You'd do well to remember this. It just may help you win the favor of our forest friends. Alright, let's pick up the quest. Ralph Hawthorne would share further knowledge to assist you in befriending the Sylphs. "Oh, still here. Hey, great. There's one more thing you should know about the Sylphs. They don't take kindly to guests who show up empty-handed. To earn their trust, you'd do well to bring along what was it again? And my wife Rosa and I were just speaking of the matter not days ago. Forgive me, friends. Speak to Rosa at the comb. Her memory should prove more reliable than mine own." Where is the comb? Ah, way over there. Okay. A peace offering for the sylphs. Were it anyone else, I'd recommend a jar of honey, but I fear that wouldn't get you past their front doorstep, dear. No, their tests run more to the unusual. Are you perhaps familiar with milkroot? That's what we call the root of the most fiendish seedkin, the oku. When chewed, it exudes a cloudy liquid that's said to induce curious visions in the imbiber. You'd not catch me dead trying the stuff, but the sylphs seem to enjoy it to no end. Oh, Ray, we're gonna get him an item to get him high. Yeah, of course. Because why not? I've not seen an oku around the comb in quite some time, but I did encounter a suspicious clump of grass the other day. Were you to stimulate it somehow with some of this amber syrup, for example, you might be surprised at what comes out. Good luck. Okay, we're gonna pour like honey on grass to make a tree come out, or bush come out. Not sure that quite makes sense, but you know, it's Final Fantasy. Curious tussock. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Go back to Ralph. Wasn't meaning to drive up on the roof, but oh well. Why not? Emmeline, we intend to establish a base of operations here, but the environs remain most inhospitable. Without Ralph's aid, we'd be lost. Ralph says, "Oh, you're back. Was my wife able to direct you to a suitable offering?" Yep. Milkroot. Oh, of course. Those sylphs quaff that cloudy stuff as quick as I do a flagon of mead. The effect's just about the same as well. Any road, a gift of milkroot will have the sylphs calling you friend and brother the moment they lay eyes on it. Now, let me wrap that up for you. I'm starting to feel a bit woozy. Ralph Hawthorne has gift-wrapped your offering in preparation for your journey into the sylph's domain. I've taken the liberty of wrapping your milkroot. Well and good. This should keep it nice and fresh, not to mention spare you from that god's awful stench. The sylphs love the stuff, but me, I'd rather bury my nose in chocobo dung. I dare say the reek even rivals the breath of the mortal when that put an end to my adventuring days. But I can tell you that story another time. You've more important matters to attend to today, yes? The sylphs are an eccentric bunch, but I've shared their company enough to know that they're kind at heart. They'll not shun one whose interactions are true. May your parley be a fruitful one, friend, and do stop by on your return. There's a flagon of full flower mead with your name on it, if you regale me with your adventuring tales. And before I forget, don't go traipsing off just yet. Ameline here would have a word with you. Travel in safety, friend, and do pass along my regards to the winged ones. Alright. It's good to see your knowledge of Sylphic culture has matured. I see no reason to delay your mission any further. Upon your arrival at Little Solace, immediately seek out a young sylph by the name of Camuxio. He has served as an intermediary between our peoples on many occasions, and has the close ear of his tribe's elder. I see that Hawthorne has furnished you with some of the malodorous root the sylphs so adore. I have something of far greater import for you to deliver, a missive from the Elder Seedseer herself. To summarize the letter's contents in brief, it vouches for the integrity of our envoy, that would be you, and restates Gridania's desire to maintain a harmonious relationship with our long-standing friends of the forest. The war with the Ixal has taken a toll on our resources. We can ill afford to get mired in another conflict. I need not impress upon you any further the importance of this mission. May the 12 see you return with good tidings. All right. What else has he got in here? Let's got a tour as do take sufficient precautions when traversing the 12's Wood. This area is an abundance of belligerent beasts, and even experienced adders have had to seek my care. Okay. Somebody got hurt. That's not very good. All right, we're going to take a quick detour and do these job quests. Find Silver. All right, we're going to go to the quarry mill. Oh, yeah, that's a hole in the ground. Forgot about that. Well, how the heck am I supposed to get over it? Oh. Make sure we've eaten our eggs. All right. The one that got away. Silver. Oh, well, this is unfortunate. Silver! Lay? Gav? I told you not to follow me. I neither need nor want. Don't take me for a fool. You cannot conceal the truth from this archer's eyes. Gav, the others are almost upon us. We must make our stand here and protect Silver. We agree. Take out the healer. Always take out the healer first. Oh, little snot. She healed up again. Oh, but wait, there's more. Let's get the healer first again. right. Duty complete. I told you I do not need or want your assistance. Quite why you have deluded yourself into thinking... Lee says, you're the one who's deluded, thinking you could deceive us when even a blind man could see that you cover your mouth every time you tell a lie. He doesn't have anything to say to that one. Observe with intent, overlooking not the smallest detail. Discern your subject's unique characteristics and recognize patterns in their behavior. I learned these things from Lucian and from you. And I'll be damned if I'm going to watch you get yourself killed. There's still so much I don't know about Gridania and wildwood archery, so much that I need you to teach me. I suppose fixing your form is the least I can do. Why, you... Pawa's gang is already on the move. We have but one chance to catch them. Poachers throughout the Twelves Wood use bone whistles like this one to communicate. With it, I believe we can lure Pawa out of hiding, assuming she has not moved on. So that's why you came to Taker's Rot, for this gang's whistle. Gav, if you are determined to help me, I have a task for you. Pawa was last seen near Isimhar, to the east of the camp. Through a hollow tree trunk is a clearing where two streams meet, and Fs are wont to congregate. We will lay our trap there, and you will be the bait. Do not fear, Gav. I swear on my honor as a Gridanian archer that no harm will come to you. Well, you know. Famous last words and all that. One of my FC mates is saying Cheeto fingers. I'm going to tell him, don't type on your keyboard. Don't type on your keyboard until you clean them, LOL. Uh-huh. Get everything in South Shroud that we need to get. Just looking real quick. Because I hate to leave an area with things undone. Everything else is over in Silent Arbor. All right, peeps. Let's go, catch ourselves some bad guys. Bollocks! I knew I should have trusted me gut. Some blokes just can't take a hint. I do hope you will forgive my forwardness. Silver says, I do hope you will forgive my forwardness, man. No, sir, 'tis most flattering. Wouldn't you agree, sisters? Why don't we show our gallant wood... Let's try that. Wouldn't you agree, sisters? Why don't we show our gallant wildwood admirer and his mates just how much we appreciate their attentions? I hope you like it rough, darling. All right. Oh my God. Keep guiding, keep guiding. Keep guiding. Stay out of the stuff. Healer, get the healer. I don't know if she's going to have any more packs come in or not. So interrupting that is important. That's your head graze skill. It's just me, or is it getting a bit chilly out? My interrupts on cooldown. Oh, lucky I didn't get paralyzed in that. And I thought you only had eyes for me. I can't. I won't. Groan. Okay, so we've captured her. We haven't killed her, thank goodness. Did you see it, Gav? A perfect shot! Lucian must hear this. Let's hurry back to Gridania at once. Silvera says, Did you learn nothing from my lesson? Your style is far removed from proper wildwood technique. Still, you acquitted yourself well enough, I suppose. I will see to Pawa. Should she try to escape, she will find me far less sympathetic than the last time. All right. Investigate the scene of Fucus's attack. That is in... We're going to go over to Bent Branch Meadows. Oh, no, we're not. We're going to go to Quarry Mill. We're going to do those hunt logs real quick. Try and do them in the area that I'm in, so that I don't have to do as much backtracking. I need Lancer. And I believe that takes care of all our South Shroud ones. That is a tight area to be in, I tell you what. It's easy to get overwhelmed. So yeah, I mean, you can always use your range skill to just draw one out at a time so that you don't have to, like, jump into the middle of 15 of them and, you know, end up dying. Alright, I think we've got everything. Right, and over here we have the Scarred Lance. Make sure we got eggs up. Okay. Thebane says, "Help! For the love of the 12, help me!" Ooh, he's getting eaten. No, don't die, Thebane! Oh. Ah. I owe you my life, friend. Another breath and I would have become worm fodder. A dusk-white lancer unleashed the fiends upon us, claiming it would temper our courage. You should have seen the look in his eye when he said it. Mad bastard! Where is he now? I think he headed off towards the North Shroud, maybe in the direction of Fallgourd Float? Can't say for sure. I was concentrating on the Scalekin at the time. If it's a reckoning you seek, you are like to be disappointed. Those of us who managed to outrun the worms will already have alerted the whalers. I dare say the Duskwhite is being held at spear point as we speak, begging for his worthless life in a puddle of his own piss. Serves the bastard right and all. Let's go to North Shroud. Okay. According to the Lancer you rescued, Fucus was headed in the direction of the North Shroud. Intercept him before he has a chance to do any more harm. Alright, and we are back. Track down Fucus in the North Shroud. Right, we have to go west. Oh, we gotta go down. Okay. All right. Duty calls. What kept you? Helping your comrades, you say? Fool. You waste your pity on false friends. It is only a matter of time before they betray you. Aye, just like those wretches who saw me imprisoned and exiled. I was once an upright citizen of Gridania and a man of the Lancers Guild. Yet life was not easy. For want of the coin to obtain the barest necessities, I conspired with my closest comrades to steal from the guild's coffers. The theft soon came to light, and though there were no suspects, it was clear that the deed had been perpetrated by someone within the ranks. An air of suspicion hung heavy over the guild from that day forth, until at last, unable to bear the guilt, I convinced my accomplices to join me in confessing, only for them to bite their craven tongues after I had stepped forward and admitted my part in the crime. And so it was that I alone took the blame. Of course it was the Duskwhite, everyone said. Was there ever any doubt? It all made perfect sense. Despite my heartfelt pleas, my so-called friends denied any involvement. Instead, they called me vulgar names that I do not care to repeat. Can you imagine the shock and anguish I felt at their betrayal? Would that I had had the strength to force the truth out of those traitors. Would that I had had the courage to escape my dungeon cell, even if it meant taking some hapless guard's life. Driven by vengeance and no small amount of self-loathing, I resolved to forge my courage anew. I strode into the lairs of ravenous fiends while drenched in blood. I put their helpless offspring to the spear, that I might face the unbridled fury of their kin. For my efforts, I have acquired the ultimate courage, a courage forged amidst danger and tempered by rage. I fear nothing. I am the greatest lancer that has ever lived. You're the soul lancer worthy of the name. Let's get out of that. Ooh, yeah. Be right there. Impossible. Impossible. My courage is absolute. No, come no closer. No. I'm sure, like any good MMO, he will probably be back. I sent them to put us back up in a safe spot here. All right, report to Ywain. Back to New Gridania. So, Fulcus is no more. His was a tragic tale, and one that might have been so different. Had fate not dealt him such a cruel hand, he could well have commanded a place of honor within these walls. But it avails us not to dwell upon what might have been. It is enough that you are still with us, Gav. Lest you wonder about your final trial, there will be none. I have seen all I need to see. You've proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that yours is a genuine courage. In recognition of this, I shall pass to you the secrets of Lance Charge, one of the most potent abilities in our arsenal. You are a Lancer in your own right now. There is not more I can teach you. From here onwards, it is up to you to seek out such challenges as will make you grow. Like attracts like, and the strong are drawn to strength. Just as I once knew for certainty that I was destined to face the Lord of the Bramble Patch, so too will you find, or be found by, an adversary of equal worth. None can say what fate will bring, but armed with your courage, there is naught you need fear. Keep close to your heart the lessons you have learned here, and go forth to blaze a new trail with spear in hand. All right, I already have all this, so I'm going to take the silver pieces. Lance Charge. This one time at level 30. What does that say? Complete any one of the Disciple of War or Magic quests available at level 30. Okay. Alright, this is where we get our job stone. Ywain seeks your aid in assisting an old friend called Eye of the Dragon. I dare say you might just be the right man for the job. The guild has urgent need of a capable lancer for a mission beyond our nation's borders. Hear me out, if you will. I've received word from an Ishgardian friend to the effect that he requires our aid. I would have you go and provide that aid. As you may well already know, due to her ongoing conflict with the dragons, Ishgard has kept her gates closed to outsiders for some time. The occasional Dragoon on patrol duty is about all folks see these days. In spite of her self-imposed isolation, however, the Holy See has never failed to honor her obligations to her allies. It is only fitting that we answer the call and lend what assistance we can. To this end, we offered to dispatch a contingent of wood whalers with all haste, but were politely informed that they would not be welcome, much to our initial confusion. It was later explained that we are dealing with a matter of some sensitivity, best handled by individuals who are capable and trustworthy, yet unbound by allegiance. And who fits that description, save adventurers? Secrecy being paramount, I can provide no details as to the nature of the task. All you need to know will be revealed at the rendezvous point. Should you accept the mission, take yourself to the observatorium. A knight by the name of Sir Alberic will receive you upon arrival. Alright, that is actually in Kurthus. Alright. I don't know if I'll be able to get there. Alright. I'm relieved to see you again, Gav. Had the three of you not been united in your purpose, Pawa Mujik would still be free and one or more of you would surely be dead. I am so proud of you, Gav. Not only have you mastered our teachings, but you have also helped your guildmates regain the perspective that they had lost. For showing such compassion to your peers, I wish to teach you a new technique, Wind Bite. With Wind Bite, you can bring the power of the very air around you to bear against your opponents, and they will suffer on long after you have knocked your next arrow. It will serve you well in battle, I am certain. All archers walk the same path, Gav, towards improvement and discovery. As long as you have the vision to see the path forward, you will continue to mature and excel. Yet we all grow weary and lose direction in time. When this befalls you, I have no doubt but that you will find your way back to us. Trust in your eyes, Gav. They will never lead you astray. Alright, and again, we're going to take the silver pieces. Jobstone. Guildmaster Lucian wishes to speak to you about learning new skills. Well met, Gav. Would that we had this time for banter, but we're all up in arms here. Yet another Ixali dirigible has been spotted over the Twelves Woods, you see. Their reappearance calls to my mind the Battle of Griffin Crossing. Well, I say battle. Most are agreed that massacre would be rather more apt. I, the Ixal, dealt us a crushing defeat that day. Right around this time of year, it was more than 2 decades past. A humiliating episode in our history, to be sure, but heavens forbid that we ever forget it. Failure is the finest, if not the kindest, of teachers, and few things drive a man better than its sting. But do let's speak of cheerier matters. Mayhap you've already heard, but a renowned archer has recently returned to the Twelves Wood, the one they call the God's Bow. That's just a title, of course. His birth name is Jahantel, and he was once of the God's Quiver. The man was a legend even then, and there was no honor greater than being taken under his tutelage. But that's not all there is to him, mind you. Jahantel was also a skilled bard, one of the rare few capable of inspiring others to great feats through song. Upon learning that the God's Bow had returned, dozens of us flocked to him in hopes of training under a legend, yours truly included. Alas, the meetings haven't unfolded quite as we had hoped. Jahantel has refused to teach each and every suitor that has approached him thus far. Though it should be mentioned that the topics he is reluctant to instruct us in do not include poetry and song. He seems exceedingly keen to teach us all about them. Some few of us were tempted to take him up on the offer, save that we have a nation to defend. Far be it from my intent to belittle all those bards out there, but I like my chances rather better charging into battle with a quiver than a harp. Oh, and here we were hoping that transcendent mastery of the bow might be ours. By the sparkle in your eyes, I wager you have an interest in that selfsame poetry and song. Come now, there is no call for shyness. And there is more to life than battle. If you would present yourself as a pupil to Jahantel, I happen to know his whereabouts. I'm given to understand that he has made his camp somewhere west of Quarry Mill in the South Shroud. Jehantel is an agreeable sort of fellow, and should be willing enough to meet with you. Truth be told, I'm still holding on to hope. If you could find a way into Jehantel's confidence, mayhap he can yet be persuaded to train us. I wish you the best of luck, friend. Alright, folks, we're back, and I need to talk to Albert here for our next Lancer quest. Hopefully we can get our jobstone. Ah, you must be the adventurer of whom Ewain sent word. Greetings, and well met. I am Sir Albert Bale, Knight of Ishgard. The Holy See is much obliged to you for your aid. Time being of the essence, I shall proceed straight to the heart of the matter. The eye, an Ishgardian relic of immeasurable worth, has been stolen. And we have reason to believe the culprit has come this way, so it is that we ask your assistance in its recovery. The thief has been identified as a man named Estinian, a dragoon sworn to the service of the Holy See. Aye, you heard true. The crime was perpetrated by one of our own, an individual in a position of trust and no little honor. You may be assured that a fate worse than death awaits him upon capture. My duties to the sea afford me little opportunity to travel far beyond the walls of Ishgard. I must confess to a grave ignorance of recent Gridanian affairs. I was told that a sentry by the name of Lugadanril might have knowledge of routes oft taken by Ishgardian fugitives. I would prefer to keep my identity a secret, and thus would have you gather what information we can from the man. We must act quickly, for you see, Estinian is... but I've already said too much. What matters is that we find our thief in the eye with all haste. When last sighted, Estinian was clad in black armor. Now go and speak not a word of what I have told you to anyone. Speak with Logadanril. Okay. Oh, he's here in the area. Okay. Could be Logedanril. Routes favored by Ishgardian fugitives? Now, that's a question I don't hear every day. You aren't plotting some unsavory act, are you? Even if you were, I doubt you'd make it far. Any road, we've caught a few fleeing to the North Shroud. What with Gridania being home to nearly as many Elezen as Ishgard, it is no easy task to identify outlanders. If you're on the hunt for someone, you could do worse than to visit Florentel's spire in the North Shroud and speak with a man named Idristan. If any suspicious persons have crossed the border in recent days, he'd be the first to know. Oops, that's not what I want. Alright, it's still going to be faster to go to Fallgourd Float. I wonder what the Serpent Commander has to say. The spire is named for one of the heroes from the age of Gridania's founding. Ah, to have one's name immortalized so. Vortfauer's spire. Yes, I dare say that rings rather nicely. Alright, Idristan's here. Hail, adventurer. Yes, I am the one tasked with monitoring those who would enter our lands by way of Kurthus. An Ishgardian knight clad in black armor? No. I recall nothing of the sort, and such a striking visitor would be difficult to forget. My apologies, friend. I can only suggest that you return to Logadanril and see if he has any other theories. Alright. let's go back. It's amazing how we go from, you know, grass to snow via a fence. No luck, you say. Most curious why it is nigh impossible that a fugitive could make it this far without being espied from Florentel's spire. Which leaves the possibility that your man is still in Ishgard. It runs counter to good sense. Would the fugitive not want to put a distance of grounds between him and his pursuers? But by the process of deduction, it is a possibility. The climes of Ishgard are not kind to drifters and vagabonds. That said, there's been talk of curious smoke wafting from a cave east of here at night. Were I you, I might begin my search there. Oh. These guys are on my hunt log. Nice. I only needed to do one of those. Nice. That Ishgard would resort to sending coin-starved adventurers after me. I know not whether to laugh or feel insulted. Justinian. The eye? It rouses for another? Preposterous. Our paths shall cross again. You can be sure of it. And we're going to run away quickly. A dragoon clad in black, you say? Tell me all that transpired. By the fury that the eye would choose another. I had not thought it possible. In light of recent events, it would seem an explanation is in order. The eye is no ordinary relic. It harbors the power of the dragon, which it bestows upon a single chosen soul, the strongest and wisest dragoon. He who is chosen is possessed of the power to fight our mortal foes, the dragons of Dravania, on equal footing, soaring in the firmament as if it were an extension of the land. That man is known as the Azure Dragoon. The Azure Dragoon is the light of hope for all Ishgardians and the paragon of all dragoons. For this reason, you may imagine how it pains me to have to confess that the man you encountered, the thief, is none other than the Azure Dragoon, and that I was once his teacher. Needless to say, I acknowledge myself accountable for Justinian's misdeeds, and mean to do all in my power to find him and recover the eye, but I cannot do this alone. I require your help, Gav. You who have received the power of the dragon. You may labor to believe it, but there can be no mistake. The soul of the Dragoon I bear glows in your presence, irrefutable proof that you are chosen. What I can ill explain, however, is the why of it. Never before in Ishgard's long history has the eye roused to more than one individual in a single generation, but it avails us not to cudgel our brains about it. The fact of the matter is that you are now a vessel for the power of the dragon. That dragon lies yet in slumber, however, and you must needs possess the means to wake it, the soul of the Dragoon. I would entrust you with mine, Gav. Like Estinian, I once ruled the skies as Azure Dragoon. Although that power has since become lost to me, it was simply by force of habit that I have hitherto kept the soul upon my person. I have no inkling as to why the eye has seen fit to choose a second, and an outsider at last. Yet one thing is clear, none can challenge the Azure Dragoon, and conceivably prevail save another Azure Dragoon. You are our only hope of bringing Estinian to justice and reclaiming the eye. Of course, I do not ask that you do this unaided. I may be a Dragoon no more, but what knowledge I have, I shall gladly impart to you. For indeed, when the time comes that you must face the Azure Dragoon, naught else than complete mastery over the power of the dragon will avail you. That a perilous road lies ahead of you, I shall not deny. Knowing this, if you would still lend me your lance, I will teach you to harness the power that has chosen you. Go forth, my young Dragoon, and rouse the dragon within. I look forward to your return. Dragoon is now unlocked. The next Dragoon quest will be available from Albrecht upon reaching level 35. And we're going to leave it there for a moment. Jobs. You have obtained a soul crystal. Soul crystals are required to change from your current class to a more specialized job. Each job has its own crystal and arms, which can be equipped via the armory chest. While using a job, you will have limited access to actions from other classes. You will, however, have access to new job-specific actions. Job levels coincide with those of the base class. When a job level rises, so too does the level of the base class and vice versa. Jobs that do not have a base class, however, will start from the level required to unlock them, and their level can be raised independently of other classes and jobs. So now we have to equip it. So we're going to equip it. Oh yeah, that's definitely a better spear. Reassign gear. Oh, do I have anything better? Oh. I don't know why they say that's better. It's definitely not. All right, let's go speak to Jahantel, west of Quarry Mill. Hey, go from wintry Kurthus to back to the Black Shroud. Now, Jahantel is inside this big, giant log here. Unfortunately, they have this patrolling Ked trap. Kind of aggroes periodically, which is super annoying. Ah, another guest. You are kind to pay me visit, young one. Naught gives us elderly folk more pleasure than the company of the young. Add to that a steaming pot of tea and the beauty of the Twelveswood, and we could want for little more. Ah, but the curl of your lip tells me that tea and scenery are not what you desire. You seek knowledge of archery, I take it. In that case, I'm afraid I must disappoint you. Gav, was it? Yes, I'm Jahantel, the one that they call the God's Bow. But that was in another life. I have long cast aside my bow, taking instead a harp to my breast. For years I have lived as a bard, going wherever the wind blows, exulting in the beauty of creation through song. To be sure, I still have the eyes to recognize a promising archer when I see one, and you, young one, have promise. Keep your nose to the grindstone, and one day you may count yourself a virtuoso of the bow. Yet know that virtuosity is worthless without virtue. Aye, the words of the Ballad of the Vainglorious Fool tell us this much. You truly wish to remain and learn poetry and verse? Well, I must admit to being rather taken aback. In uncertain days such as these, there are few indeed who would devote their time to song as opposed to more, quote, tangible, unquote, endeavors. You intrigue me, young one. I find myself growing curious as to how the melodies of old might find expression through you. I do believe a certain friend of mine would be of the self-same opinion. Aye, that would be as good a place for any of us to begin. Listen well, Gav. There's a Moogle named Puknopoki who can oft be found wandering in areas situated east of here. I would have you present yourself to him. Puknopoki is possessed of a discerning eye for talent. If he sees potential in you, I should be well satisfied that you indeed have the makings of a bard. Heed me, O puissant Althic. Turn thee over the hourglass of time, that we might gaze upon the battles of yore. I am but a simple minstrel, though once I served with the god's quiver, my days are now measured by stanza and verse. It has been a long year since I last set foot within the Twelveswood, yet I could no longer ignore fate's insistent pull, and so I shall abide here for a time until certain matters are laid to rest. All right, let's find Puknopoki. Ooh, don't think I want to go all the way over there. Coopar! How could this have happened? It's just so embarrassing. A blunder for the ages, Kupo. You understand what I'm saying, don't you? That's a rare talent I'll allow, but you've caught me at a bad time, Kupo. Now be a good adventurer and show yourself out. Jahantel sent you? You should have said so sooner, Kupo. You do know that Jahantel is no ordinary bard, yes? His songs can salve your heart and strengthen your resolve. They can banish your fears and fill you with hope. And that's not even scratching the surface. Why, to hear him perform is like bathing in sunbeams, Kupo. I've asked, begged, and pled more times than I care to count for Jahantel to stay and sing in the forest. Only now has he deigned to set foot here again, but he's refusing to sing for us. That's a blatant breach of promise, Kupo. Well, what's this? Why, your being resonates with a chord similar to Jahantel's, perhaps even identical, Kupo. By the 12, this means that things may yet turn out as planned. Why, you might even have it in you to surpass the man, and that's saying a lot, Kupo. Egads, your coming has so excited me, my predicament nigh escaped my mind. There's a charm that I had meant to give to Jahantel, you see, but it was stolen as I napped, Kupo. I roused just in time to espy the thief and attempted to give chase. Alas, drowsiness robbed me of my balance, and I was delayed by this tree. Last I saw of that overbold brigand, he, or possibly she, was scurrying towards Taker's Rot, Kupo. Now I realize we've only just met, but would you mind recovering the charm and delivering it to Jahantel in my stead? Sure, why not? So we got to go farther up here. You can hop up here. Look how this guy next to her, the hunter, doesn't notice anything about his partner dying over there. Show the charm to Pukno. Oh my god. Gotta go back through there. Oh, okay, good. He ran off. Nice. Have you recovered the charm? You did it, Kupo! Please, you must now deliver it to Jahantel. Tell him that Puknopoki thinks him a cunning rogue, but is excited nonetheless. So excited, in fact, that he cannot help but sing. Koopa lo 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 lo. All right. Let's go back to Jahantel. We're going to quick travel, though. You could also come up the back way here. You might avoid that Ked trap that way. Welcome back, Gav. Huh? You have a charm and a message for me from Puknopoki? A cunning rogue, am I? I suppose I must explain. Pugnopoki and I go back a long way to when first I took up the harp. I made a promise to him then, one that I have yet to make good on. Pugnopoki has long desired that I remain in the Twelveswood to sing for the rest of my days. Regrettably, I have been ill able to oblige him. Duty called, you see. I had battlefields to stand upon and comrades to protect. Moreover, an event came to pass that rendered my being in the Twelveswood problematic. I thought that by taking eager souls such as you under my wing, mayhap it would suffice to appease Pugnopoki. Of course, he saw straight through my little ruse. What the Mughals lack in grace, they amply make up for in wit. The creatures are great lovers of song. That you return with this charm is proof positive of his high regard for your potential as a bard and archer both. The charm is a crystal known as the soul of the bard. Pugnopoki asked that you bring it to me, aye, but he meant for you to have it. It is a gift from the Mughals, bestowed upon those they deem worthy of walking the path of the true bard. The soul of the bard harbors memories of the past, verses and refrains sung by the bards of old. As you gain in worldly experience, more of these memories will find expression through your being, imbuing your song with powers untold. Now, it may surprise you to hear that bowmen and bards are his next of kin. By the same token, mastery of song is dependent upon one's prowess as an archer. The sense in this will be lost upon you at first, but in time the realization will dawn that bow and harp are but stringed instruments played by the same hand. Go now, Gav, and let your body and soul drink deep of the melodies of old. When next we meet, I hope to see a fully fledged bard standing before me, one that exceeds even Pugnopoki's wildest expectations. Ooh, we got Mage's Ballad, our first song. The next bard quest will be available from Jahantel when reaching level 35. The quest to learn the action perform is now available from Simpkin at Mikado's Amphitheater in Old Gridania. Nice. I mean, 32. Going to equip this one. Let's go back to Gridania. Oh, now all my bard skills showed up. I don't have all of them yet, but they're on my bar because I copied this UI from my main. All right, let's see if we got anything new that's even better. Nope. Reassign gear. Comuxio. Alright. I think we will tackle that quest tomorrow. So, have a great night, Mama Cat Gamer saying goodbye. Have a good one, cats and kittens.